Women's Week this year, bit of a disaster. What went wrong and what will you do differently for Awareness Weeks for next year?
Well, the thing is, it was completely out of our control, the fact that it got snowed off. So it wasn't really a disaster as such. I think I tried to prepare and put on events that would appeal to more students than last year. I think it would have been an improvement on last year's Awareness Week. So unfortunately, because of the snow, it didn't happen, but I've been busy rescheduling events. One happened last week, which was really successful. So,
well, I mean, Awareness Weeks this year have been, in general, a disaster. Mm-hmm. In your role as, in an ed welfare role, what would you do to improve that for next year?
Well, I think the problem was this year is that the part-timers had a lot of burdens, had to do all the administration themselves, had to do all the hours of calling up contacts themselves. They really need to make the part-time exec feel supported, give them loads of good contacts, and you know, feel like they're being encouraged and what they're doing is great. So if you've got that going on, you've got a sense of community going on, then the events and the Awareness Weeks will be much stronger.
Mr. Ellisy and Miss Ellisy,
Right.
They'll be back next year. What's your policy going to be on both?
The thing is, the way I look at it is that I don't think we should try and ban the event, because as we saw this year, having the event actually got loads of discussion on campus, which is what we want really around the issue. We want people exploring both sides of the debate. We want to give both sides of the debate a platform to air their views. So I won't be making a move to ban it, but I'll be encouraging events surrounding it to, you know, continue the discussion.
Would you say the debate on the pro-life stall was particularly helpful? How would you have dealt with the pro-life stall if you were a welfare officer?
I don't think there was any good event put on to really give people a chance to discuss it. So I would definitely make sure that we had both sides of the debate being presented in an open, kind of frank environment, and giving people a voice rather than having only articles in the Beaver and people getting upset on Houghton Street. Didn't get us anywhere.
But the Creative for Life people were comparing abortion to rape.
Yeah.
Doesn't that conflict with your responsibilities as a welfare officer to help students in need?
Yeah.
Shouldn't these people just be kicked off Houghton Street?
Yeah, I mean, we should have made a much bigger move to get these people off Houghton Street, because what they were saying was, you know, insulting and wrong, and we are a pro-choice union. But when I mean debate, I mean, you know, actually people who can present, you know, better arguments than that are maybe, I think they were just, you know, it was just really silly what they were saying, it was insulting. But I do believe in giving people who are, how would you say it, pro-life, you know, a chance to say, like, inviting societies like maybe the Christian Society.
This is Michael Larkin, he's running for International Students Officer. If you wouldn't mind saying a few words to introduce yourself.
And have a, how would I put it, a more of an adult and mature discussion.
Yeah, back returning to Mr. LSE, you didn't campaign against it this year. How would you react if a male came to your office and said he felt he was being objectified and had been refused entry to on grounds of disability or sexuality or anything along those lines?
Oh, I take that really seriously. Really seriously. The thing is, the problem this year is that no one came up to me individually to say they felt objectified. The event was seen in a more jokey environment. It was more, I think it was very poignant, very attacking on the serious debate that was surrounding Miss Ellisy. However, I would take that if someone had genuine concerns and came to me, I would take them very, very seriously.
The debate on Mr. Ellisy and abortion is great, but many students want resets. They want academic help. Mm-hmm. Countless ed welfare officers have campaigned for resets. What are you going to do any differently?
I have not experienced that campaigning in my 2 years that I've been here at the LSE, and I've been part of the Students' Union. And I've had a lot of discussions running up to this this campaign and these elections where people have come to me, you know, how are you going to make my student life better? And that's what I would plan to do as education and welfare officers, creating more student-friendly LSE. People don't want to have to wait a year. The pressure that is put on them mentally is absolutely unnecessary, and other universities don't do so. So I would be providing the students with a very strong voice to the school that we need to change this system.
There was talk of poor communication amongst the exec over the past year. Mm-hmm. How would you fix that in a short-term basis?
Very simple things that we can implement. I've been talking about weekly welfare emails, which allow all the welfare officers to know exactly what everyone else is getting up to, what I would be doing, and that makes people feel that they are part of a movement, part of a campaign. Contacts, as I mentioned before, you have to put people in contact with charities, NGOs, other student unions who have done similar events and campaigns who can provide advice and support, and these kind of things will make a big difference.
Alright, okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.